We are waiting to go live. Let's see if this thing is taking off. Okay, here. Yay! I did it! I did it in such a way that the sound didn't come back through. Awesome! Hi, guys. My name is Vanessa Horn, and I am a business coach to purpose-driven entrepreneurs, helping you to navigate multiple streams of income. How do you create a successful business that may have different channels of revenue creation in a way that's most streamlined to support you in your life and your family and your health to create success from a place of grace and ease? That's what we're here talking about. Today is income stream number 9, network marketing income stream. And I have a lot to say about this particular income stream. If you're new to me, let me just share a little bit about my background. I've been an entrepreneur for the last 15 years. My first venture was a franchise. And then my next couple of ventures were the network marketing industry. I actually built to the top in one of the top high-end skincare companies in the world, and I became one of their top earners as a national vice president. We built a $2.2 million business in less than 18 months. I was a very rapidly growing in that company. I built another company to the top and was the number 2 income earner in that business. It's a health and wellness company. It was actually a fat-burning coffee. I sold one of my network marketing businesses, which is something we'll talk about here in just a moment. And since then, I've been doing coaching and speaking and consulting and coaching other entrepreneurs underneath my own personal brand. So the network marketing income stream is one that I have a lot of years of experience in. I have coached so many people in my own downline to earn 6 figures in that industry. And I've also had my own program called Profit with Honor. Profit with Honor, which is how to get to the top in the network marketing industry without burning out, selling out, or losing out. So I have my entire comprehensive system as a program, an online course that you can consume. And I also have a book. I have a book that I have sold, but I sell it privately. I haven't yet put it on Amazon because I just don't want to do a separate promotion from what I'm promoting currently. But I have a lot to say about this because I was immersed in the network marketing industry, and still so many of my clients are network marketers. And so I'm trying to just keep it condensed to some of the key points I want you to walk away with, because as I talk to purpose-driven entrepreneurs like you, I cannot even tell you how every single day I have people coming to me and saying, hey, Vanessa, I'm thinking about representing this company. Or, hey, Vanessa, I just joined this network marketing company. Hey, Vanessa, what do you think about this company I'm doing alongside what I'm doing now? Every single day, people I would not have ever expected are constantly coming to me about network marketing because they know I've built a lot of success in that industry. Being one of the top 1% of earners in the network marketing industry isn't accomplished by everybody. And I've done it in more than one company. So I know how to build a system that creates success in that industry. But what I want to talk to you about today is more some high level strategy concepts that include, if you're going to build in the network marketing industry, what are some important things you need to know as you're balancing that out to maybe your personal brand or some other income streams that you're debating. Number 2, what I would do if I had to do it over again, and what I teach my clients to do so that you can ensure that whatever efforts you put into a network marketing business benefits you long term. And number 3, I'm going to be talking about if you're trying to balance out network marketing amongst other businesses, other initiatives that you have in your business, how do you time them? How do you balance it out? So that's what we're going to be talking about today. So say hello in the chat below, whether or not you are in a network marketing company, or if you are debating. Let me know. I want to know where you're at. So have you already committed, or you're considering it for 2018? It's one of those things that you've been entertaining in the back of your mind. So let's step back just a moment, because I know what happens to all of us when we get immersed or introduced to the network marketing model. Some of us have been burned in it. Some of us have had success in it. Some of us have a blank slate related to it, and we're like, I can't even believe I'm entertaining this. So this is what I'll say. Let's take a step back. Network marketing just like anything else, is a business model. It's got its own entities of how you're going to be successful in it. And what I say is that not everyone is built for network marketing. No, it's not for everyone. Contrary to what your upline may tell you, contrary to what you see being spewed on the massive level, network marketing is not for everyone. Now, all these different income streams that I've been talking about over the prior 8 days, they are smaller businesses. For instance, the coaching industry is a $1.7 billion industry. Well, there are network marketing companies alone, just one single company that's a $1.7 billion industry. So when you get the scale of how big the network marketing industry is, you get an understanding of why when you get introduced to it, it feels different than some of the other business models, but you shouldn't treat it any differently. So when I shared with you, for instance, about building a consulting business, or when I shared with you about building a coaching business, or when I shared with you how to make money from speaking, or when I shared with you how to make money as if you're going to be writing books, when I shared with you each of those, what I was giving you a glimpse into was business models for those particular income streams. So I want you to understand that network marketing is its own business model. And I have had dear, dear friends who could not make it work in network marketing. They're extraordinary. They didn't make money in network marketing. Meanwhile, when they went off to do their own thing and became a coach, or they did something else, they were wildly successful in it. So I'll just saying that to say that network marketing isn't for everyone. I'm really big on like making sure that your archetype as an entrepreneur is a match for the network marketing industry. And I'll go into some of the nuances of that so you can be certain. I'll share with you what I believe it takes to be successful in it, and what would be my words of advice to you as a dear friend, and especially as a trusted advisor to you of how to be successful in that industry. Cool. So if you are seeing resistance in that industry and you're in it and you're not getting the success that you want, really consider, one, if you've given it enough time and if you have a system that's actually going to create results for you. And then secondly, really see if it's the right fit for you. So it's not the right fit for everyone. However, there's a lot of people that will join the industry just because of the culture, right? They find a community and they're with like-minded individuals. And so that's completely fine. Like, there's people who are not making any money in network marketing who stay in it because of the community. And it's quite extraordinary. The thing about it as a business model is that the barrier to entry is super, super low. Even lower than building an online business, maybe equally as low as a coaching business, because if you didn't market yourself online, you could build a successful coaching business with very, very minimal cost to start up. Same thing in network marketing. It's a very minimal cost to get started. Now, one of the things that did help me be successful in it, and my downline and everyone that I coach in the industry in my Profit with Honor system, is that I teach to approach it like a business. And so when I talk about your packages to get started, this is why we were masterful as a business, was that I was masterful at enrolling people in the highest packages for the company. For instance, in one company, the average package that they sold was $1,000 package to get started. Well, I was masterful at helping my team and myself duplicate selling a $6,000 package. Why? Because I would contrast it to getting started with a franchise, which was at least a $50,000 investment, because I wanted people who were highly vested, but then I would also teach them immediately how they could get their money back. So everything that you're doing and teaching your downline, or if you're following a system, it's about the newbie beginner. It's about the newbie beginner making their money as quickly as possible, because in 90 days, most people fall out. It's the funniest thing in network marketing. People are like, wait, is this a get rich quick scheme? And they're kind of skeptical, and then they drop out because they're not making money quick. I'm like, wait, you're dropping out because you didn't get rich quick? So anyway, so the key is that you approach it like a business. And because it's such a low barrier to entry, people get started very minimally, and it's easy to get out. Like, there's low investment, so they're easy to get out within 90 days. So I always made it my objective and everything that I teach in my Profit with Honor is about helping the newbie hit the first rank advancement as quickly as possible. And so when I would talk about the initial packages to get started, it was all about do these steps. Here's how we're going to get your money back and how we're going to help you hit the first rank as quickly as possible. So every new person coming in was getting wins, and everybody else from then on up gets wins. Now, here's something else about the business model. From a business model perspective, a compensation plan, some of them reward more up at the top, some are more reward more at the bottom. The truth is I've analyzed across the industry, different compensation plans. Like anyone who would ever recruit me into their business, I would want to find out how many people would I have to have in my downline in order to make $100,000 a month, because, or $10,000 a month, let's just say that. And what I've discovered is roughly as a network marketer, and you know, everybody wants to say a couple of key things. So I'm really, really big about you know, you probably can tell with my book being Profit with Honor, I'm super, super big about honor. And honor includes honoring yourself, honoring others, and honoring that there's a real process to it all. So in honoring others, one of the things I would say is like, don't fall into the trap of saying like, we have the best compensation plan in the world. We have the best product in the world. We have the best, you know, I don't know, all these things that are touted as the best, the best, the best. Frankly, everybody says that. Everybody says that. And when I break down the numbers on compensation, there are some compensation plans that are more lucrative than others, that are more rewarding, especially of the people who are getting started versus just those at the top. And there's some that are easier to get a greater return on investment, no doubt about it. There's some that are more archaic, and actually I built in one of those. It is more challenging, but so with that, make sure you're building to the compensation plan. I was a financial analyst in my corporate career. So one of the things that helped me be successful in network marketing, and what I teach in the Art of the Classy Close, which is just one of the modules in my Profit with Honor program, is how to reverse engineer your activities based on what the compensation plan rewards. Because I can't tell you how many times I'd see companies from the front of the stage, they're telling you to do one thing, but their compensation plan rewards something else. Well, if you're going to make money in it, follow what the compensation plan rewards. So companies would actually hire me because of my financial analyst brain, and because of my experience of building in the field. I could look at a compensation plan and I could say, oh, this is what people are going to do. This is what the smart ones are going to do to maximize this compensation plan, even though from this stage you're saying this. So if you want this activity, we need to modify your compensation plan in this way, or we need to teach consistently from this stage with what the compensation plan rewards. I'm telling you, look at those compensation plans and where's the reward. It's not always what's being touted from the stage. Now, if you can't tell already, I'm a real truth teller. I'm a bit of a contrarian. So I'm telling you the truth because I want you to be business savvy when it comes to any of these income streams that you're building. And so I'm telling you some of the ins and outs of the network marketing industry so that you go in eyes wide open and you come across as a professional and you come across as somebody who is trustworthy, right? And so every time I would enroll people into my network marketing business, people trusted me as a business advisor. And now I'll tell you what that looked like was I would say, I was super, super real about the network marketing business model with people in the sense that somebody came to me one time and she had a whole bunch of different businesses and she had kids and she was trying to get more free time. And she goes, I'm joining this business because I want more free time. And I said, honey, it's going to take effort to start. So either we're taking time away from something else, or plan on that you're not going to have free time, additional free time to start. I want to be 100% real free with you. And so maybe this isn't the right fit. Like I would not just enroll people. I would make sure that they had an honest view of what it took to be successful in it. And as a result, I'll tell you guys, coming from this kind of a posture with regard to my business, I had people lining up to join me in my business because they trusted me. They trusted me as a business advisor that I would had their best interest in mind. And so what I would do with my prospects, I would say, okay, let's take a look at what you want to accomplish. Let's take a look at what your life is experiencing right now. And let's look at what this model looks like. And let me show you how to be successful in this model. And if they would say, well, I don't know if this is for me, or I don't know what it is, I would say, okay, what else would you do if you didn't do this? Let's take a look at that business model as a comparison. And in most cases, people would be entertaining, like going back to school or starting another business that had a huge capital outlay. And so I could, in most cases, make an argument for the network marketing model to be the right fit for them, but I would really hold it loosely, making sure that it matched what their needs were. And because of that, when you come from that place of really honoring others and wanting the best for them, you are able to gain the trust of others, and you will have an endless supply of leads, an endless supply of people wanting to join your business. And I used to choose very, very carefully. I mean, I recruited probably 4 business builders a month on average. And I always say, like, lead with the business. And I would, as a result, get like additional 7 customers each month. But I was consistent, like I wanted to hit 4 recruits a month. So I led with the business. There's some people that will teach the business model leading with the product. That's fine, but I'm going to talk to you in point number 2 about what you need to do, whether you do one or the other. What's the most important thing for you to do in building your business in order to have success? So let's see, what else do I want to tell you about the business model? And no matter what compensation plan, what I've seen is I've diagnosed and analyzed compensation plans across the industry. On average, like, of course, there's bonuses and fast start bonuses and all these things that are thrown into compensation that may swing things for a season, but I'm all about, like, what are you going to make consistently? And what I've seen is pretty much across the board that it averages out. Now, remember, some compensation plans will reward more of the new beginners, and some it's more heavily weighted towards the top. And there's 4 different kinds of compensation plans. There's binary, there's unilevel, there's stair-step breakaway, there's those are the primary 3 that are in the industry, and sometimes there's a hybrid of binary and unilevel, which is the most popular one that I've seen across companies. But what I'll say is that no matter what, if you want to plan on network marketing as a long-term career or as a long-term income stream for yourself, if you want to calculate out your earning potential, what I've seen is it comes out to about 8% on average. And it doesn't matter what the compensation plan, there's very few variances of it. So companies will say, well, we pay out 50% or we pay out blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter what the company pays out, except I always made sure that they weren't paying out more than they could actually afford to stay sustainable long term. So I don't even like tout that number. What you need to look at is what percentage would you earn on average? And what I found it to be is about 8%. So let's just round it up to 10%. So if you're going to make a 6-figure business, 6-figure income in network marketing, you need to be bringing in the company about $1 million in sales. Okay, so you're bringing in the company about $1 million in sales, you're keeping about a 6-figure income. So you're not building a 6-figure business, you're building $1 million business. You need to think of it that way. And you're basically a sales rep in their company who's getting paid a commission for recruiting, for creating a distribution channel through your downline and through this market that you're bringing in. Now, the thing about that is, this will bring me into point number 2. One of the biggest mistakes that people do is they basically sell out and they're all about the brand of the company or the product. And I'm cautious about that. And you could probably understand because the first company that I built even though I was one of the top 1% earners, they actually filed bankruptcy. I saw my check drop down to like 1/3 of what it was originally during that bankruptcy period. So no, it's not your own business. It is not your own business. Remember that. It is somebody else's business and you are a distributor in that business. You are in essence creating your own sales entity representing that company. And there's some good ones, and there's some people say, oh, this is a new one, I'm going to get in. Well, just know new ones have the risk of not being around in a couple of years. Oh, this is an established one. Well, awesome. Make sure that there's still the potential. Not everyone's been burnt out by it. Just there's different pros and cons to each one. I don't have enough time to get into all of that. But just know that don't sell out and just being all about this company and this product is one of the sleaziest things to do as a network marketer. Instead, and that brings me to point number 2, which is absolutely, 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 absolutely. Am I clear? Brand yourself. This is what I teach in my Profit with Honor program. Brand yourself. What is your umbrella brand and message? And then when you go to recruit for your network marketing business or represent a product for a network marketing business, you can say, this is what I stand for, this is what I'm about, and this is why I chose this company, because we align in this way. Now, should anything happen to that company, it goes out of business, it files bankruptcy, or you change your mind and go to another business, you can release it and you haven't compromised your umbrella brand. And you can plug and play into another business entity. And then you don't come into being one of those network marketers who it's like, oh, wait, you have another gig you're in? Oh, wait, you're in another gig? Avoid that by branding yourself so you stand for what? So you have that cohesive message overarchingly. And if you're interested in this in greater detail, this is what I go into great detail in my Profit with Honor program. But brand yourself and then share why you're choosing that network marketing. How does it align with what your overarching umbrella message is? And then that way you keep a cohesiveness to how you're represented in the world, independent of the ups and downs and the volatility of that company or even the industry, because there is volatility. And it's not your own company. I don't care what people say. And most network marketing companies, you can't even sell your position. You can't even sell your position. So it's not your own company. Remember that. So that's why I say build the brand awareness of your message and what you stand for. And then when you go to share your network marketing company or product, tie in why you chose them, why that fits into the bigger picture of what you're doing. And then most importantly, when you're talking to your prospect, why them? Like, why are you thinking of them? And it's not just about you, right? It's about them, and why were you bringing this to them? Why do you think they would be interested? And so those are skill sets of prospecting that I don't have enough time to get into the how-tos of prospecting, but the way I'll just give you a quick visual on it. I think of it as like a baseball diamond. And so the main thing on prospecting is you want to personalize the invitation, or you want to make it all about what's in it for them. And you just want to get them to first base, and first base is taking a peek. And one of the biggest mistakes that I see network marketers do, second base is more info. Third base is actually the close, or the art of the classy close, as I like to call it. And home base is helping them create their first win, their first rank. So you just want to get them to first base to take a peek. But what I see one of the biggest mistakes network marketers do in prospecting is they start talking about closing from the beginning. Like, hey, you might want to do this. Well, no, don't say you want to do this. You might say, you might want to take a look at this. Right? Just taking a look, getting them a first base. And I call it those incremental yeses. Incremental yeses. And if you honor that process with people, then it doesn't feel like you're just a scammy network marketer, assuming every single one of your friends and family needs to be in your business. And if they say no, well then, beep to them. No. Honor that network marketing is not for everyone. Have the best interests, and know it is an awesome model. Network marketing, the residual income that can be created from network marketing is extraordinary. And I'm absolutely a believer of it, but I'm eyes wide open. I've been in the industry long enough to know what is touted as untruths, right? And I'm trying to be super real with you here, because I want you to be successful if you choose it as a network marketing income stream, but how to be smart about it, right? My original network marketing brand was called Networking Savvy, and I want you to be savvy about it. So if you've been paying attention, number one is really understanding the intricacies of it as a business model, right? It's not for everyone. Really make sure it matches your personality. Make sure you're mindful of the compensation plan. The other thing is, number 2 is brand yourself, build your entity around what's your core message, your core brand. And then now this brings us into like, how do you balance out network marketing against when you're balancing other income streams? So this brings us into like the timing of when you would do one versus another. And I have so many people, especially, because I'm in the coaching consulting industry. So most people are personally branded. And I can't tell you how many people, when they run into challenges in the coaching consulting space, are now entertaining network marketing as an income stream. And I'm going to be super, super real with you, right? Like one thing you can trust is Vanessa's going to tell you the truth. I'm not going to blow smoke up here. You know what? I'm here to tell you the truth because I want you to be successful. I want you to not sacrifice your family. I want you to not sacrifice your health. I want you to create sustainable success from a place of grace and ease. And I really consider it part of my brand messaging is to lay out what works, what doesn't, as simply and as truthfully as you're willing to consume. So here's what I'll tell you about balancing out network marketing against other income streams that you might be considering. Create momentum in one first. Create momentum in one first. What that means is if you're going to do coaching consulting or your own private brand, or network marketing, create momentum in one first, trying to split the fence when neither one of them are in a state of momentum. And I used to define it as like get to 6 figures in one first, but it doesn't even have to be that much. It has to be momentum. It means that it's predictably bringing in revenue for you, or it's created enough sustainability on its own with the infrastructures that you've built in place that you can take your eye off of that attention and put it on the other without the other one being sacrificed. But when you try, if both of your businesses, for your coaching consulting or one of your other income streams that we've talked about, are at, let's say, an infancy level, at the first stage of a business growth level, and your network marketing one is at that growth level as well, and you're trying to get both of them into momentum, you're actually cannibalizing the other. It's challenging. So I always tell my network marketers or my coaches, consultants, when they're trying to choose between one or the other, I say choose one and just give it your all. Think of it as a business model. What's it take to be successful in that business model? Get a mentor who knows that business model and build it like a business until it creates a level of sustainability. Now, I told you the way I got to a $2.2 million business within less than 18 months was by consistently recruiting minimally 4 new business builders personally a month. Now, I know a lot of people say, all you need to do is sponsor 2. It's not the truth, because what you need is to sponsor maybe 2 powerhouses, and there's an element, unfortunately, with some of the network marketing compensation plans where it's like there is a bit of luck. So even though there could be 2 equally skilled recruiters and prospectors and business builders in the network marketing industry, one underneath one compensation plan, one underneath another, and maybe their position and their upline help to build one of the legs in the binary so they could put all their attention on the other, or, there's a number of factors. There is an element of luck. There is an element of timing. There is an element of being in the right place at the right time. And I'll also tell you that if there is a company that is more, that may not be in momentum in itself as a company, you absolutely, as a distributor in that company, can create momentum. As a matter of fact, when I was building to the top of my first company, the rest of the company was declining. They had made a critical decision in the company and announced it to the entire field. But I chose, as the leader of my organization, that I was not going to share that information with my downline. I knew it would have a negative effect. I was like, wait, what? No, this isn't right. And I protected my downline from that decision that the company made. So while everybody else's businesses were going down, during that particular season is when we were actually qualifying for national vice president. And people were asking me to fly around and speak and saying, how are you maintaining and creating momentum when everybody else's businesses are down? So in that regard, it is your own business entity, and you want to think of it that way. But the thing about it is that there was another business that I don't talk a lot about that was between those two that I built to the top. And that one was probably what is most touted and spoken of when people are recruiting for the network marketing industry, which is like, oh, you just need to recruit a couple people and then you're going to make a lifetime of income. In that particular business, it was, and the way that the compensation was structured, and I made just a couple of key recruits, and I was and I wasn't active in the business, right? Like I mostly plugged them into my upline, which that is a definitive decision. I choose, typically my recommendation is like be the leader of your own organization, or you can work strategically with your upline where you bring people in, but they're basically the leadership and the training. So in that scenario, that was the arrangement that I had with my upline. So I brought in a couple of key players, and it kicked me off like a $2,500 a month check. And I was not visible at all in the leadership of that company. I was not building in the field, nothing. I was like behind the scenes. My upline was taking care of those few downline people, and I was making $2,500 a month. That is like the perfect network marketing story that most people try to sell, but it's not often the case. Keep in mind, I had already built to the top in another company, so I had some credibility. I knew some key players in the industry, so a couple of key recruits really paid off for me well there. Most people don't have that advantage. So if you're going to build in the network marketing industry, just know, like, dedicate yourself to getting your team in place, and maybe you'll recruit maybe you recruit a couple key players and boom, your business takes off from there. In most cases, remember, I've coached thousands of people in my own downline, and there was a certain percentage that made it to six figures. And I'll tell you that all of us who made it to six figures or more, the way that we did it was that we were consistent in our recruiting personally, and we were building our downline. So you're thinking of either you have your own lead flow in, or your downline is helping to bring lead flow in, and you're helping to make sure that there's a system that everyone is following. And it's almost like weight loss, unfortunately, where everyone's like, this diet works, ketonic diet works, this Atkins diet works, or this diet works. Most diets, if you stick with it, will work. So it's almost like this, or there's some that may work for you and others that don't. So what I teach is like, follow a system. Make sure that your entire downline follows a system, and don't be jumping around. Don't be jumping around doing a whole bunch of different systems and changing your mind. It confuses your downline, and then nobody's replicating results. The simpler and the more duplicable your system, just choose a system. I teach one on my own, but choose that system and have everyone follow it to create success for every level of the organization. And so if you choose to do network marketing in 2018, give it your all. Don't be piddling around with trying to build two businesses at the same time. Or if you're choosing the coaching, consulting, or your own programs or services that you're selling, get that in momentum burst. Okay, so in 2018, don't be split in your efforts, because then you'll find, like, why is neither one really giving me sustainable success? Well, because you haven't built sustainability in one of them first. Build sustainability in one of them first. Even, let's just say you have private clients as a coach, and you know consistently that you have enough lead flow, enough referrals, etc., that you're making, let's say, $3,000 a month, $5,000 a month in your coaching business, and you have that, it's predictable enough that you know that you can sustain that. Absolutely build your network marketing business. But if you cannot consistently fill your coaching business, and you have a network marketing business in infancy, just choose one. Okay, so that's all that I have enough time to go into today. Goodness, I could talk about this so much, about how to get business builders started right, how to recruit right, how to close. You know what? I think I don't want to give you guys too much without context. I was going to give you some worksheets and templates from my program, but you wouldn't have enough context from today's talk. So if you could walk away with three things: the business model conversation, about understanding it as a business model, treating it like a business. Number two, brand yourself. And number three, of create momentum in one income stream first before doing the others. Those are my highest level of recommendation of building a network marketing income stream as a possibility in your business income streams for 2018. So I would love for you to type into the chat, what was your biggest takeaway? What insight did you get? That you didn't have previously? How might you apply this to your business, to your decisions of what you're doing in 2018? And my words of advice are, it's an awesome income stream. And if you're going to do it by building momentum in it. Or if you have something else that is important to you, build that first, then do the network marketing one. But no matter what, if you're building your umbrella brand of your message, what you stand for, no matter what you put your attention to, it's a cohesive message to your market, to your friends and family, and you absolutely do not have to lose friends and family along the way if you do it right. Do not land blast them with your opportunity. Really, you can be sophisticated, honorable, respectable, and a professional in the network marketing industry. It's why I'm such a big believer of Profit with Honor. As a matter of fact, my Profit with Honor name came from a play on words of a prophet is without honor in their own hometown, because so many people think, oh, I have the NFL, I'm in the NFL, no friends left club. It's not necessary to lose your friends and family to be successful. So that's why I say profit with honor. You're one of the few who can profit with honor and be successful and be honorable and smart in the way you're building your network marketing business, your personal brand, your mission of making a difference in the world, and how you're choosing to build out your business models to support that end. All right, it's my honor to serve as your trusted advisor in building multiple streams of income, smart, and from being able to be strategic and sophisticated. Lots of love to you. I think we're doing another couple more this week, and then we're going to reserve our final income stream for the first Wednesday in January. I'm super excited to share that one with you. So this is income stream number 9. We have 3 more coming up, and then we will actually 2 more this week, and then we'll share our final one on January 3rd. Lots of love to you guys. Let me know what you got out of today's talk. Beijus. Mwah.